So you want to get jacked, okay? You want to get big, you want to get jacked, you want to get ready for summer because there are going to be those beautiful girls there, and instead of just walking around with your pimples and fat little body, you want them to stare you down and you want them to actually approach you. And I'm actually going to tell you how to get that done. And it starts by getting jacked. And so, why did you click on the video? You probably want to learn how to get massive, how to get jacked, how to get that six-pack, how to get that lean, aesthetic, jacked look. And I'm somewhere on that way, you know? I'm not going to claim I'm the biggest guy ever, but I am somewhere down the path, and I hope so long as I'm 1 or 2 steps ahead of you, I have something to teach you. Because I have found every single jacked person that I could find, be it in the shopping center, be it at school, be it teachers, no matter who it is, and I've gone up to them, irregardless of who they are, no matter how scared or how embarrassed I've felt. And I've asked them, "Sir, I see you big and strong. Please teach me how can I get big and strong too? Please tell me the way. Give me the secrets, master. Yes, please. Yes, please, sir. Please can you give me the secrets of how it works?" And so here I'm going to amalgamate all the information of 10 or 10 plus 20 people who've told me good advice how they get strong. So here's the recurrent theme first. You got to eat well and train hard. I want you to write that down. I want you to grab a notepad, pause the video, go grab a notepad and write this down. You got to eat well and train hard. Apologies, there's somebody mowing their lawn, which is fine. It's Sunday morning, but at the end of the day, we need you to focus. You got to eat well, train hard. What does that mean? So there's a good friend of mine named Daniel, and now Daniel is really big in the gym. And so I said, "Daniel, you're such a big, strong guy. Can I get as big as you?" He turns around and he says, 100%. 100% you can get as big as me. I said, "Geez, Daniel, I'm only 16, 17. Are you sure? Do you believe in me that much?" He said, 100%. And that little nudge was what I was needing to just continue down the path that I'm on of training and everything. So first step, you got to have the self-confidence. You know, I was just lucky that Daniel told me that I would be as big as him because he's a big guy. He said 100%, which is a brilliant thing. I want to be as big as him. And that's the motivation at the end of the tunnel. Okay, but now to bring us back. General recurrent themes. So what does it mean to eat well? Well, there's another guy who's big. In South Africa, we call it dik, which means you're thick, like you're a thick guy. You're proper built, like well built, kind of like a brick toilet. You know, a brick outhouse. They built like a brick outhouse. It's so, you know, you can send a bomb to it and it still won't destroy it. So when it comes to eating well, okay, he's a bit short, but he's not short, but he's a bit shorter than me, and he's seriously strong. He said, when it comes to eating well, you need to eat a lot of protein. Like, take it down, man. You got to eat that protein. So he's not saying eating rubbish food. Don't eat fast food. Don't have low-grade soups or meat pies. Don't cut that all out. You got to have protein. So how do I eat? For example, I'll tell you how I eat. What did I have yesterday morning? I took 5 eggs. I put some protein powder in it, which I'll get to now why that's a good and also a bad idea. Put some protein powder with the 4 eggs. I also put some peanut butter so that melted in nicely and added some oats. And it made some sort of a pancake mix, which was actually quite nice with the sweetener inside the protein mix. So eating well is a case of having a lot of protein. So what I want you to do, how do you calculate your protein? Well, there was another guy, he's an Algerian man, and he's also big and strong. And I said, "Sir, you're so big and strong, you're tall, you're strong, how can I get as big as you?" He said, "You must eat hard, you must eat well." I said, "Okay, that's fine, but can you please tell me exactly how you eat?" Because it's one thing for a person to tell you, eat well. But what does that mean? Are you having peanut butter? Or are you avoiding it and only having protein powder? Do you have your protein powder with milk, or do you have your protein powder with water? And every single thing else. How do you manage your macros and etc, etc? So the Algerian guy turns to me, he says, "How much do you weigh?" I said, "I weigh 69 kg, 70 kg. He says, "Eat 140. So that means that if you want to calculate your protein, according to him, you must just take your weight, times it by 2. And yesterday was the first day that I had that in mind, and I actually ate for 140 grams of protein. Now, it's very easy to eat for protein. This is how to get jacked. You know, this really is a big, strong guy, massive arms. My arms times 3. And you know, sometimes you can say it's genetics and blah blah blah, but at the end of the day, a person needs to eat well to have enough protein, and they got to sit down and train in the gym to get big. So let me continue. We've spoken about how you eat well. You got to have a lot of protein, and I've just told you how to calculate your protein. Yesterday I did it, and I actually felt really full. But here's a little secret. A little secret. You know, I used to eat a lot of tuna, and tuna fish is a bit hard to eat because it's quite dry. So I realized that I can put chicken with it, because chicken is really easy to eat. So firstly, chicken has lots of protein. In a small little wing, it's about 17 grams, and roughly 24 grams in chicken breast, between 24 and 32. 100 gram chicken breast is 32 grams of protein, if you want to write that down as a little scrap of a note. So adding chicken to tuna makes the whole thing a little bit more moist and easier to eat. And so that allowed me to eat 2 tins of tuna, and I threw in 2 chicken wings, which made it easy. So you've spoken about eating well. You got to eat a lot, but eat the protein and avoid all the rubbish. I think you guys know what is poison. Poison are things like cold drinks, things like chips, things like chocolates. Poison are things that have lots of sugars and salt in them, kind of like processed meats. I mean, if that's all you have, that's all you can afford, that's fair enough. You need to eat what you can, get as much protein as you can afford. And don't overextend yourself. But in the same breath, be careful what you're consuming, because sometimes foods can be poison. Even those energy bars, get rid of them. They have chocolate, they're like a chocolate. So we've spoken about how to eat well. And the next part of this video, that was part A, how to eat well. Part B is how to train. And so I've found out from all these strong guys how to eat well. Let me be honest, I only know how to eat well. Training is as simple as my own experience. And I'll tell you what I do. Every single night, I train. So last night I trained legs. The day before that, I did my chest. The day before that, I did my abs. And then I do my arms and my biceps together. My arms, entire arm, and I do my back. So let me go through each and every one of those days and tell you exactly how I train. So, for example, let's talk about leg day. What I do is I'll get a bar, because I have a bar, an easy curl bar, and then I squat with it. I do 30 squats, I do 30 deadlifts. I put the kind of, it's a handheld, it's a, what do you even call it? It's a dumbbell. I put it in between my legs and I lift my leg. I want to move back here. And I lift both of my legs up to strengthen this part of the muscle, my tibias. Then what I do is I lie down on a hard surface, and then I raise my legs back while putting the weight under my feet. I know it's a bit complicated. I do 30 to 60 calf raises, depending on whether I load it or not, with 10 or 20 kgs. And then I do 30 tib raises, which are just lifting my feet up like that. So that's legs. Now that Algerian man was telling me what he does. For legs, it's very hard to get them strong. Because yes, you can do weights, but you want to have a balanced physique, balanced legs. He said what he does is that he plays soccer, and after every training session, he runs for about 10 minutes. And why? Because that will send oxygen flow to the legs, not to the brain as well, but also to the legs. So yesterday after my training session, I ran around the block. Maybe not for 10 minutes, but it was about 6-7 minutes, and just sending oxygen to the brain, oxygen to my legs, the whole time. And so now, I'm actually developing a vein here. That's how you know you're on the right track. Either you know that you're eating way too little, or you know you're getting stronger if you're developing veins and a vascular system for your body to deliver oxygen to all the muscles. So that's, for example, how I train legs. How do I train arms, which I call a back and biceps day? Well, I take a dumbbell. Right now I'm going very light, even though it feels heavy or hard. And again, I might not have the right approach, but I'm going to tell you what I do. I take a dumbbell, right, and I do like this. I do a standard arm curl, and I do 20 of them with, it is 7 kgs. So 7 kg, 20 on the one hand, 20 on the other hand. Then I change orientation from this to this, and then I lift it up like that. Then on the bar, I do forearm curl, 20 of it. It's like do 20, 20, 20, 20, 20. And that's how I keep on going. And then I do 12 pull-ups that are wide, 12 pull-ups that are normal, and 12 pull-ups like that, because that strengthens my back. And then in the end, if I'm feeling lucky, I'll take the curl bar and I'll go like this, just to strengthen my back. That's a great one you can do. Let's go to the chest day. For chest day, I have somewhat of a bench, and I put on about 30 kg and I do 15. Because I realize that the rep range needs to be between, let's say, 9 and 12 for adequate muscle growth. And I've been doing 20, 25, so that's a big problem. Then what I do is I put 10 kg on my backpack, and I'll do an incline push-up, I'll do a decline, 20 incline, 20 decline, I'll do 20 of these tricep push-ups, and then what I do is I take my easy curl bar and I go down for a burpee, 20 of them, and then I push press it with 30 kgs. And that's how I do my arms. And then abs, all I do is just a lot of sit-ups. And I understand that with the abs, there are 3 sections: upper, middle, and lower. So for the upper ones, easy. For crunches, for the upper and mid, I do just normal normal sit-ups. For there's something, the side muscle, the side of the abs. I'll do a, what do you even call it? A sit-up where I'll rotate left and right, and I'll hold the plank. So a straight plank for 1 minute, side plank on the right, side plank on the left, each 1 minute. And at the end of the day, then what I do is I lift my legs up. So I'll lie down and I'll lift my legs up for the lower, and then I'll go with my legs left and right about 12 times. So that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, that's 4, about 12 times. And after that, I'm exhausted. That's how I train all 4 muscle groups every single day. And at the end of the week, well, you end up looking like this if you do it for 2, 3, 4 months, even weeks. And so that's exactly how you get jacked. Overall, you got to eat well and train hard. That's how you can get jacked.